Good afternoon. Welcome to Tarrant County College and the Public Safety Training Center. I'm Bill Pearson. I'm the coordinator over the Fire Academy, and we're glad you could join us for this graduation ceremony. Class 94 did a great job for us, an outstanding job. We had to deal with some weather issues. They missed an entire week of class due to that, but they came back during their spring break to make that time up. They finished up today, and they're glad today finally got here. And we're glad you could join us. At this time, I'd like to invite to the podium our director, Mr. Steve Keller.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome again. Before we get going on our ceremony, I'd like to take some time to recognize our Northwest leadership here at Tarrant County College and our Fire Rescue Training Program staff. We are fortunate to have the support of our leadership here at Northwest Campus. And on behalf of the Public Safety Training Center, I'd like to say thank you and recognize our leaders. Dr. Zarina Blankenbaker, President of the Northwest Campus. Dr. Judith Gallagher, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dean Sonia Brown, Dean of Public Services, Social and Behavioral Sciences. And Paula Stubblefield, Coordinator, Public Services Programs. It's due to their leadership and support that we can do what we do here, and that's produce the highest caliber of newly trained firefighting professionals. I would now like to recognize our fire rescue training staff. We are passionate about imparting knowledge that will lead to graduating skilled firefighters and future leaders that will serve our community for years to come. First, I'd like to recognize our coordinators, Dave Lowe, Daryl Rutledge, Pat English, and of course, Bill Pearson, Fire Academy Coordinator. In addition, I'd also like to recognize our outstanding Fire Academy instructors. They're the ones that come together and impart all that knowledge, and I'm sure these folks will tell you have given them more information than they probably care to share right now. But thank you, instructors. We couldn't do it without y'all. I would also like to acknowledge and say thank you to our amazing administrative staff who, without their contributions behind the scenes, our program success would not be possible. Specifically, I'd like to recognize Maggie Burns, Fire Academy Administrative Assistant. Her dedication to this academy and her hard work is directly responsible for preparing these cadets for success and putting together our graduation, so thank you, Maggie. Last but not least, we would like to acknowledge the agencies that entrusted the Fire Academy program with their cadets and the members of the North Richland Hills Fire Department, Grand Prairie Fire Department, Irving Fire Department, Carrollton Fire Department, Grapevine Fire Department, Parker County ESD number 1, and Mansfield Fire Department. Thank you all very much. And congratulations, Class 94. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keller. We're honored today to have as our guest speaker Chief Debbie Carpenter. Chief Carpenter is Assistant Chief with Carrollton Fire Rescue and has served that community since 1995, holding every rank from probationary firefighter to Assistant Chief. The honors that she has earned from her department include Firefighter of the Year 1997, Fire Officer of the Year 2012. Through the fire department, Chief Carpenter was introduced to Parkland Burn Camp, where she has served for 20 years as a camp counselor at a week-long summer camp for children who have been hospitalized with burn injuries. She's extremely proud of the fact that there are now counselors that were once her campers. It is an honor that she influenced their lives in a positive way and a privilege that they continue to impact hers. Chief Carpenter also serves on the board of directors for Laughter League, a full-time medical clowning nonprofit that improves the health and education of families through the transformational power of humor. Chief Carpenter holds an associate degree in fire science, a bachelor's degree in English literature, a master's of science degree in public safety administration. She recognized her obligation to mentor young people interested in going into the public service and takes every opportunity to speak to youth groups about being a positive role model and making good decisions. Chief Carpenter counts among her biggest accomplishments the thank you notes she has received from Girl Scout troops and after-school programs from kids saying they believe they can do anything. Chief Carpenter's off-duty passions include kayaking and mountain biking, and she has turned those hobbies into opportunities to partner with wounded veterans in long-distance canoe and kayak races and mountain bike trail building for wounded veterans on multiple-day events. We're honored again to have her here today. May you welcome Chief Debbie Carpenter.
Chief Pearson, thank you for introducing me. Although that biography makes me sound busier and a bit older than I would like, I overlook it because of the work you do here at Tarrant County College Fire Academy. You shape enthusiastic students into extraordinary firefighters, and we all thank you for your work. It is a privilege to be here with you, with Chief Smith and the other instructors, and Maggie Burns and the rest of the administrative staff here at Tarrant County College. As Chief Pearson said, my name is Debbie Carpenter, and it is an honor to be asked to speak today on behalf of Tarrant County College Day Class 94 Fire Academy, not only because my department has some outstanding young firefighters here, but because it allows me to reflect on my own time as a new firefighter and some of the lessons I learned. The most difficult decision for me as I pondered over this speech was trying to pick a theme for what it means to be a firefighter. A few weeks ago, I asked the members of Tarrant County College Fire Academy Class 94 if they had a class motto or saying, thinking I could use that as a theme. Unfortunately, their family members are watching, and I am not allowed to say what they told me. Instead, I kept coming back to helping people. It is what firefighters do. Fred Rogers, the same Mr. Rogers from all of our childhoods, said that when he was a boy and saw scary things in the news, his mother would say to him, "Look for the helpers. There are always people who are helping." And that, Class 94, is why you're here, to learn how to help people. Helping people is not always glamorous. It took me until my third shift on duty as a fresh-faced firefighter to make my first call at night. And I was excited. After 2 whole shifts, I felt I was intimately familiar with the wide variety of reasons people called for aid from firefighters, but the possibilities at night were exponentially greater. When those tones sounded at 2:30 that morning, thrilling scenarios ran through my mind. I pictured a multiple unit apartment fire that grew as people were sleeping unaware. I pictured a highway wreck with dozens of vehicles involved due to decreased visibility. I pictured a pregnant woman calling us to help deliver her baby when her labor pains woke her, but did not give her enough time to get to a hospital. I leapt out of bed, and I was the first one on the engine. I was not wearing a superhero cape, but I might as well have been, because I was ready. As we pulled out of the station and turned north on the service road, my driver said, "It's probably a drunk who fell out of their car in the drive-thru of the taco shop." No way could that have been possible. Not only was it far from my expectations, but I could not fathom someone needing our help for that. Much to my disappointment, an employee at the taco shop had called 911 for a drunk customer who had fallen out of their car in the drive-thru. In addition to realizing the advantages of knowing districts and addresses, I learned 3 things early that morning. I was not as cool as I thought I was. It is our job to help everyone, every time, and we need to have fun doing it. Those 3 lessons apply to you all as you embark upon your careers. You are not as cool as you think you are. I visited Class 94 a few weeks ago when you were all training on rope rescues and rappelling. I expect that none of you went home and told your families that 17 of you in a row swung into the building after your instructors taught you how to avoid that awkward and sometimes painful error. 17 in a row. None of you looked cool that day, but we've got some great videos. There will always be someone faster at getting on their gear, someone who outscores you on a promotional exam, Someone who gets more fires and delivers more babies while you are picking up people in drive-thrus. Get over it and do your job. There will always be, calls that are beneath your training and more suited for someone to just Google and answer. That call may not be cool, but it is still a call for help. Our jobs as public servants are sometimes messy, sometimes sad, sometimes exciting, and sometimes plain boring. But you need to approach this career with the humility that comes with respect for the profession and not with undeserved vanity. Coolness is not a prerequisite for the job, but preparedness is. Luckily, you do not have to be cool to be helpful. It is your job to help everyone, every time. It is a privilege that people call us when something is beyond their scope of control and they do not know who else to call. It is unfathomable that people hand us, strangers to that point, their children to take care of. It is amazing that saying, "I am a firefighter," gets nods of approval from people who do not know us because they know that we will be there for them when they call. You need to be able to help both a person in cardiac arrest and their frightened family members. You need to be able to search for fire victims on the 3rd floor and patiently explain to someone for the 4th time how to check their blood sugar. Someone called you for help. Help them. Thank people for putting their trust in you by calling, but most of all, help them every single time. Finally, have fun. Some of the biggest laughs of my career have happened on the way back from calls at 3 a.m. Everything is funny at 3 a.m. Remember the good times here at the Fire Academy and take those memories with you as you make new ones. Laugh at your attempts to pull on your gear, talk on the radio for the first time, or pull a hose line into a jumbled mess on the ground. Laugh at the times you swung into the building while rappelling, and when you tied a knot correctly, only because you tied it perfectly backwards. Those are the times you could afford a mistake. Forgive yourself for those mistakes and get on with your life. You will have moments when you wonder if this is the right path. The sacrifice can be enormous. There are decisions and memories that will keep you up at night, but the rewards far outweigh the price you have yet to pay. The opportunity to improve the lives of those who call for help will make the sacrifices worth it. Your brothers and sisters in the fire service will also get you through with those shared memories. Look around you. The firefighters that you see around you are your family, and families have fun together. Remember Mr. Rogers and his call to look for the helpers. Always be the ones who are helping. I thank the students of Day Class 94 for your time. I thank the instructors here at Tarrant County College Fire Academy. You have made passionate, dedicated firefighters out of these students, and I am confident that they will someday take our places and surpass everything we have done. Public servants are forged from the strongest of people, those who stand out amongst their peers. And this group will stand out throughout their careers. I leave you with the following advice, which comes directly from the ranks of Tarrant County College Fire Academy Day Class 94 and goes against my better judgment to say with your moms watching, just don't suck. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Carpenter. I'd like to present you with one of our challenge coins.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
My name is Jacob Smith. I'm one of the adjunct instructors here at TCC's Fire Academy, and it is my privilege to give out a few awards. So the first award is for salutatorian, and just to give you a little idea of Day Class 94, they worked hard, and there was a lot of good grades in this class. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. No one in Day Class 94 has failed a test yet. So we're going to keep that going, correct, Day Class 94? All right, so salutatorian, Day Class 94, I am pleased to present it to Scott Stanek. All right, the next award is for valedictorian of Day Class 94. Day Class 94, please welcome up to the stage Mr. Nathaniel Hawkins for the valedictorian.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, this next award is a little different award. This award was voted on by Day Class 94, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. It's called the Brandon Scott Phillips Award. As a child, Brandon Scott Phillips dreamed of being a firefighter. He was a devoted family man with his wife, Denise, and their 3 children, Parker, Kylie, and Lance. He was also an avid outdoorsman who loved and respected nature and wildlife. Born and raised in Fort Worth, Brandon attended TCC Fire Academy Day Class number 24 in the summer of 1998. Brandon's firefighting career began as a volunteer in Blue Mountain Fire Department. After completing the Fire Academy, he also worked for Killeen and Kennedale before returning to his hometown of Keller as a firefighter paramedic. He was continually striving to improve himself through physical, personal, and professional development. Brandon possessed all of these attributes as a model firefighter: strong moral and ethical convictions, as well as a kind and caring nature. At the age of 26, Brandon passed away following one of his daily jogs in March of 2005. Fire Academy Day Class number 94 is chosen to honor the memory of Brandon Scott Phillips tonight. A student has been selected by his peers who they believe possesses the same outstanding physical, moral, and ethical principles, as well as the potential firefighting skills that Brandon held. The name of this student will be added to the Brandon Phillips Perpetual Plaque located near the Fire Service Training Center Student Resource Learning Center. With humble respect, I present to you Day Class 94 recipient of the Brandon Scott Phillips Award, and I am pleased to present it to Michael Husbands. Very good work. Yes, sir.
Congratulations, winners. I have the privilege of passing out the next award. We call it our top recruit. It's voted on by the instructors and myself, and we just look at all the students in the class and maybe someone who went a little bit above and beyond everyone else. I want to say this was an outstanding group. There were several good candidates for this award, but we had to give it to one person. Let me read it, please. In recognition of outstanding achievement, TCC Basic Fire Academy Day Class is pleased to present Nicholas Albus, top recruit. Our last award we give to the class captain. The class captain is selected by the class, someone who they want to be their leader, someone who works with me and Miss Maggie, with the instructors to make sure things go smooth. They're usually the first ones here, the last ones to leave, and most of the time they do a good job. In this class, we had an outstanding class captain. Thomas, come on up. In recognition of outstanding leadership, Tarrant County Basic Fire Academy Day Class 94 is pleased to present Thomas J. Brown, Class Captain. Good job, buddy.
Hey, everyone. Just give me a second here and just figure this out. Alrighty. Good job, guys. Just wanted to say that. Good job. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Recruit Thomas Brown. I'm very honored to be standing here in front of you today representing the Day Class 94. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Director Keller, Chief Pearson, Maggie Burns, Dave Lowe, and the rest of the administrative staff for their outstanding work on putting this academy together. I'd like to thank Chief Chief Smith, and the rest of our instructors for dedicating their time off to teaching us what it takes to be a successful firefighter. I'd also like to give a warm welcome to all the agencies for giving us as recruits an opportunity to join the fire service family. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize our families, friends, and loved ones joining us via live stream today, for which it is all of you at home, may that be those waiting outside in the parking lot today or those multiple states away. This has been a long and arduous journey, and the sacrifices that you have made on our behalf are second to none, and that continuous love and support does not go unnoticed. And for that, our deepest thanks and appreciation go out to you. Now, at the beginning of the year, 2021, we came here for the very first time for orientation, ready to embark on our journey through Fire Academy. Probably a little terrified, but extremely excited for what was to come. And I'm sorry, this is, I'm very excited to be here. This is, it's an extremely important thing for me. Anyways, who we were then is not who we are now. In fact, we all had first names back then. And the truth is that we were all individuals. We had different experiences, different skill sets, different families, but we all came for one goal, and that was the career of a lifetime, and that's firefighting. And being from Las Vegas, I'm not much of a gambling man, but I think we can all understand how valuable this opportunity is. If you've never played poker, a royal flush is extremely hard to come by. In fact, it's a 0.001 chance. And that is extremely lucky. And for us, that luck ran out the day that we walked in, and the hard work began. From the long days in the classroom, to the continuous SCBA turnout drills, to marching to our absolute last breath, so much so that our masks were glued to our faces. These were just some of the things that we encountered our first week that would set the tone for the rest of the academy. And we learned a lot. Some of us learned that we love the taste of compressed air. Some of us learned that claustrophobia is a real thing. Some of us also learned that water is not as fun as it once used to be. And through months of training, pulling hose crosslays, throwing ladders, and looking through an ungodly amount of wax paper, we struggled. We failed, and we made lots of mistakes. But at the end of the day, we pushed through, and that struggle turned into success. That frustration turned into laughter. And those mistakes, well, they turned into more mistakes. But that's okay, because we learned from them. And eventually, we pushed through and made it through as a team. And going through this class, there was a quote that stuck with me that I hope sticks with all of you sitting in front of me today. And that is that you can never learn enough about something that can kill you. This career is extremely dangerous. And I implore each and every one of you to never stop learning or training to be the absolute best firefighter that you can be throughout your careers. You have to think about your family. You know, if you're not there to fight the fire, who else will? So never become complacent. Don't ever let that fire catch up to you. And as the class captain, I'd personally like to thank Day Class 94. Although we may never cross paths on the fire ground, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication throughout this academy. For these past few months, I've learned a lot about myself, but a lot about each of you. And as I head back to my department, I'm able to take away an attribute from each of you, whether that be the lightheartedness of Recruit Autry, the relentless drive of Recruit Jones, or the compassion of Recruit Husbands. I leave this academy able to take away an attribute from each of you that reminds me of what it takes to be a good firefighter. And with that, I'd like to leave all of you with just one more piece of advice. Don't suck. Thank you. And now, I have a couple of our recruits bringing up our class gift to Tarrant County College. I just wanted to note that one of our recruits, Kennedy Holland, is the mastermind behind all of the artwork, so that is all custom. That's custom. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Tommy. You did an outstanding job for us. At this time, we'll recognize the class individually as they receive their certificates. Class 94, would you please line up? Come forward when your name is read.
Nicholas Albus. Wyatt Autry. Patrick Basham. Thomas Brown. Nicholas Dalmas. Brett Finley. Corbin Franklin. Nathaniel Hawkins. Kylan Hirschman. Casey Hodge. Kennedy Holland. Michael Husbands. Jordan Jones. Riley Lawson. Ryan McCord. Jeffrey McKinnish. Roland No. Bryce Owen. Nathan Shelton. Riley Smith. Scott Stanek. Nicholas Trujillo. Dylan Williamson.
Congratulations, Class 94. You did an outstanding job for us. You're now dismissed. I want to say one more word right quick. This is our 4th graduation we've done live streamed. And I want to say a special thanks to our IT staff who's helped us get through this. Hopefully this is the last time we have to do it, but thanks guys, appreciate it. Class 94, you are dismissed.